بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على النبي الكريم. في الفيديو هذا راح تحل التمارين من صفحة 17 صفحة 23. هنا نبيلة تحكي مع نادية and كريم about the cruise. هنا cruise ship باخرة دارت بها الرحلة نتاعها من مهم 3 بلدان: سبين، Italy, إيطاليا, and Turkey. And she made a stopover يعني حبست for 2 nights لليلتين في ميكونوس، جزيرة ميكونوس. بالتوفيق للجميع. استمع للفيديو ملأ الفراغات وعاود.
Now, tell us the whole story from the beginning. How was your trip to Barcelona?
You mean Granada? This is southern Spain. I didn't go to Barcelona. We disembarked at the port of Malaga, the town where the greatest Spanish painter Pablo Picasso was born. Guernica is one of his most famous paintings. I visited his family house and birthplace, which is now a museum. He's really a great modern artist.
He's really a great modern artist. Do you know his date of birth?
I'd told us he was born on the October 25th, 1881, but he died in France in 1973. I'm sure of that. After my visit to Malaga, I went to Granada.
I've read something interesting about the famous Alhambra Palace in Granada on the internet. Did you visit it?
Yes, of course. That was the first place I visited in Granada. One of the most fascinating palaces I have ever seen. A real wonder.
Why is it called Alhambra?
Well, Kareem, it's easy to guess, since Alhambra is an Arabic word, which means red. It was called so because of its reddish walls. In Arabic, Khalat Alhambra means red fortress. It was built in the 9th century as a military fortress and became a royal residence for the first time in the 13th century during the Nasrid dynasty. As a result, all the other emirs of Granada also used it as a residence until the fall of the city on January 2, 1492. And the exile of Muslim Andalusians to North Africa, that is, Morocco, Tunisia and our own country, Algeria.
Is Alhambra as big as what people say about it on the internet?
Oh, yes it is. It's a huge place. The palace extends over 100,000 square meters. Therefore, you can call it a town, not just a palace. It has a 2,000 m long wall, 29 towers, 7 gates, a great number of halls, courtyards, gardens and fountains. The Fountain of the Lions is the most famous one. Alhambra was inscribed as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1984.
So, you first visited southern Spain and then, from there you sailed to Italy. Right?
That's right. And the first town I visited was Pisa. It's as big as Malaga. Did you know that it's the birthplace of Galileo Galilei, the famous Italian astronomer? I did not know that before. It's also famous for its Leaning Tower, which is known worldwide. When you see the 56 m tall tower for the first time, you think it's going to fall to the ground right away. It's amazing.
It must be very old. When was it built?
In the 12th century, if my memory serves me right. Its construction took more than 200 years, 2 centuries, to be completed. The tower is located with other famous historic monuments in a big square called the Piazza del Duomo. In 1987, UNESCO listed the Miraculous Tower and the other monuments as a World Heritage Site.
Did you visit Florence? People say it is the capital of arts.
No, but I went to Anciano, a small village 60 kilometers to the east of Pisa, and the birthplace of Leonardo da Vinci, the brilliant Italian painter, scientist, and engineer. I visited the house where he was born in 1452. If I remember correctly, he died at the age of 67.
Is he the one who painted the famous Mona Lisa?
That's right. The painting is kept in the Louvre Museum, in Paris.
Your cruise makes me dream, Nabila. Now, tell us about Istanbul.
It's an amazing city. It's divided into two parts by the Sea of Marmara. Half of the city is situated in Europe and the other half in Asia. Many of the famous landmarks and historic sites are located in the European part. So, I first visited Topkapi Palace. It used to be the residence of the Ottoman sultans between the 15th and the 19th centuries.
Is Topkapi Palace as big as Alhambra?
No, it's not as big as the Andalusian Palace. Topkapi is smaller. The guide told us that its area was about 80,000 square meters. It's a huge complex with many different quarters, halls, rooms, kitchens, baths, stables, for horses, etc. Today, the palace is a museum, which was added to the UNESCO list of World Heritage Sites in 1985.
Who built this marvel? Did you know, Nabila?
Many architects contributed to its building, but the most outstanding of them all was Mimar Sinan, born around 1490. He designed many of the largest mosques in Istanbul, such as the Süleymaniye Mosque, where he is buried next to Sultan Suleiman and his wife. He died on July 17, 1588, if my memory serves me right.
You've seen and learnt lots of interesting things, Nabila. Please, take me with you on your next cruise.
Me too.